Let's talk about inking today. Inking is not that difficult, but a lot of people decide that they don't want to do it. Maybe it's a little messy, they don't understand how easy it is to do and how much effect it has on the layout. On this layout that I have in front of me, we have not done any inking, but I'm going to show you what happens when I do put a little bit on the edge of some of the borders. So what we have here, this is the original two borders that we had layered for this layout, and I'm going to show you what happens with some ink. Now, what you want to look for when you're going to ink on the edges of your papers is an ink pad that is raised above the bed of the holder. All right, it doesn't have to be this particular brand of ink, but you want an ink pad that is raised. There are some that are flat or sunken. You don't want those. You can, but it's just easier this way. If you hold the ink pad and just run it along the edge, all I'm doing is rubbing the edge of the paper with the ink pad. Can you see that line? Maybe if I hold it against this other border. Do you see the difference between this side that is inked and this side that is not? And what happens is, I'm going to do the other side now, and when we put that on the layout, it doesn't matter if, like, I've gone a little bit wide on this area right here. It's not exactly only on the edge. It's a little, that's fine. That's what distressing is all about. Now when we have this on here, it just picks up the edge a little bit more. And for my own personal taste, I would also like to ink the edges of this solid paper. Let me do that real quick. This is like watching water boil. I don't want you to have to do that, so. All this does is just put a little bit of zip on your papers. And just helps it to stand out a little bit more. Okay? Now, same thing for this other layout that I'm going to show you. This is a great layout. And we use this, if you want to know the rules of three, this is in our rules of three, but it's the same thing. We can leave our squares just like this, or this is just a smaller ink pad. It does have a raised bed, and I'm just going to go ahead and ink the edges. Because this is a little bit smaller, and actually it's a little bit drier than my other pad, I'm using it flatter than I did the other one. But what that does is it just allows it to pop a little bit more on your page. So give inking a try. You'll find it's not that difficult, and then you can use the ink that you have for stamping maybe a title on your page. Have fun with it.